Alright, let me ask you something. Have you ever had that moment where you see something you loved before, and it hits you like a ton of bricks, part nostalgia, part why did I ever like this? That's exactly how I felt watching the new season of Ted Lasso. It's like meeting your old crush at a coffee shop, and suddenly you're both awkwardly trying to remember why you ever thought they were cool. But here's the thing, Ted Lasso isn't just a show. It's a cultural phenomenon that's been both a comfort blanket and a punchline for critics. So what happens when you bring back a character who was supposed to be a temporary fix for a broken team? Let's unpack this mess, shall we? Let's start with the elephant in the room. Ted Lasso is back, and it's not the same. I mean, the guy's still got that relentless optimism, the same awkward charm, and that weird habit of quoting motivational slogans like they're scripture. But there's this strange disconnect. It's like the show's trying to be both a heartfelt drama and a self-aware comedy, and honestly, it's exhausting. I've watched people argue online about whether the show is too cheesy or too sincere, and honestly, I think both sides are right. The problem isn't the tone, it's the expectation. We're not just watching a football show anymore. We're watching a spiritual sequel to a show that made us believe in kindness, and that's a heavy burden to carry. Now, let's talk about the characters. Jason Sudeikis as Ted is still the same guy who convinced us that a man in a tank top could be the moral center of the universe. But what's fascinating is how the show is forcing us to confront the cost of his positivity. I mean, Ted's not just a coach anymore. He's a father, a husband, a man who made a choice to leave a team he almost won with. And here's the kicker. The show isn't letting him off the hook. It's showing us the cracks in his armor, the moments where his always be kind mantra feels like a coping mechanism. That's not just storytelling, it's a mirror held up to us. How many of us have tried to be the good guy in our own lives, only to realize it's not as simple as it looks? But here's what really bugs me. The show's return feels like a calculated move. Apple TV Plus dropped this season with all the subtlety of a fireworks show. And honestly, I get it. Ted Lasso was a ratings goldmine, and the world is hungry for feel-good content. But that's the danger. When you turn a show into a brand, you risk losing the soul that made it special. I've seen this before, shows that become too safe, too polished, too predictable. Ted Lasso isn't just about football. It's about redemption, about finding light in the darkest places. If this season feels like it's leaning too hard on nostalgia, then it's failing its own message. Because the real lesson of Ted Lasso isn't that positivity wins, it's that it takes courage to keep believing in it when the world keeps trying to break you. So here's my take. This season is a gamble. It's a chance to either reclaim the magic or confirm that some stories are just too big for their boots. And honestly, I'm not sure which one I want more. Because if Ted Lasso can't find a way to balance its heart with its head, then what's the point of watching? The world needs more shows that dare to be imperfect. It needs more stories that don't shy away from the messy truth. And if this season can do that, I'll be the first to binge it again. But if it's just another chapter in the same old story, well, let's just say I'll be the one baking biscuits and hoping for a miracle.